Warning! You may find some of the graphic detail in this story disturbing. A school assistant will go on trial in Paris on Tuesday, accused of sexual mistreatment of young children in his care.
Several people are reported to have been killed after a train hit a school bus in Belgium. Local media reported on Tuesday. Local authorities in Buggenhout in northern Belgium said in a statement that a serious traffic accident took place in the town at around 8 a.m. local time on Tuesday, but did not give any details on casualties.
Israeli National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir has a track record of taunting blindfolded detainees. In the past, he has been accompanied by camera crews as he toured Israeli prisons holding Palestinian detainees. This week, Ben-Gvir was seen on camera gloating over a group of largely foreign activists who were forced to kneel on the floor with their arms bound after Israeli forces detained their flotilla in international waters. This was part of an attempt by activists from across the world to break the siege of Gaza and deliver urgently needed humanitarian aid. Basketball legend Michael Jordan has paid tribute to Pep Guardiola as the departing Manchester City manager was given a final send-off during an open-top bus parade and after-party featuring an on-stage contract announcement by one of the club's top players. After the parade through the streets of Manchester on Monday, a sellout crowd of 19,000 inside the Co-op Live Arena near City's Etihad Stadium witnessed a video message from Jordan to Guardiola on the big screen.
The Provincial Disaster Management Authority, PDMA, has issued a heatwave advisory for Eid al-Azha holidays and directed district administrations across Punjab to implement emergency precautionary measures amid forecasts of extremely high temperatures. The heatwave is expected to continue from May 25 to May 31 due to a high-pressure weather system forecast by the Pakistan Meteorological Department, PMD.
The Higher Education Commission, HEC, has postponed the implementation of mandatory GRE and HAT test requirements for admissions to MS, MPhil and PhD programmes across universities and degree-awarding institutions. According to an official notification issued by the HEC Coordination Division, the earlier decision to conduct GRE Heart General and GRE Heart subject tests through the Education Testing Council, CTC, for admissions to Level 7 MSM Phil or equivalent and Level 8 PhD or equivalent programmes will now take effect from fall 2027 instead of fall 2026.
Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Information Minister Shafi Jan on Tuesday dismissed reports of PTI MPAs forming a group against KP Chief Minister Sohail Afridi, terming them fabricated and baseless. The statement comes in response to media reports claiming that around 50 PTI MPAs had formed a group against CM Afridi over dissatisfaction with his performance. It was also reported that the division may impact the passage of the upcoming provincial budget, due to which CM Afridi had met with Jamiat Ulema-i-Islam Fazl GUIF Chief Maulana Fazlur Rahman for his support.
Comedian Tabish Hashmi once joked that the wedding of Indian billionaire Mukesh Ambani's son should be a humbling experience for all those flaunting their lifestyle on Instagram. That us nobodies should sit on the side and simply observe what actual affluence looks like. He wasn't wrong, given the kind of muscle the Ambanis were able to pull from Hollywood to Bollywood. The spectacle was less a wedding and more a reminder of how far wealth can stretch the idea of celebration. Taiwan has said it is monitoring the second Chinese Joint Combat Readiness Patrol near the island in a week, accusing Beijing of being the sole source of instability in the Asia-Pacific. In a post on X on Tuesday, Taiwan's Ministry of National Defense said its forces had responded to the situation.
Inter Miami confirmed on Monday that Lionel Messi has a left hamstring issue, one that has popped up about a week before defending World Cup champion Argentina is set to begin its training camp for this Northern Hemisphere summer's title defence. And the events of Sunday and Monday surely add at least a bit of intrigue to Argentina's plans.
The US military has launched a series of strikes near the Strait of Hormuz as an Iranian delegation led by top officials travelled to Qatar to hold negotiations to end the US-Israel war on Iran. The United States Central Command, CENTCOM, claimed it carried out the self-defense strikes to protect US troops from threats posed by Iranian forces. However, it did not provide details about the strikes and their locations. Iranian media reported explosions in Bandar Abbas, some 70 kilometres 42 miles from the Strait of Hormuz in southern Iran.
Deir el-Balah, Gaza Strip, beside an unmarked grave, Lina Al-Assi sits quietly picking flowers and pouring water over the soil, believing it to be her husband's resting place. Jihad Tafesh went missing at the beginning of Israel's genocidal war on Gaza in October 2023.
Emergency officials in the northern Philippines have ended a 2-day rescue operation for 16 people missing after a 9-story building under construction collapsed, killing at least 4 people. Focus shifted on Tuesday to recovering the remains of the victims after the bodies of 4 people, including a Malaysian man and 2 trapped construction workers, were pulled from the debris of the condominium project that collapsed onto a nearby hotel in the city of Angeles, north of Manila, early on Sunday.
Professional butchers in Rawalpindi and Islamabad have witnessed a sharp rise in demand ahead of Eid al-Adha, with bookings for the first day of Eid reportedly already closed in several areas. According to local market details, rates for slaughtering and meat preparation of sacrificial animals have also been finalised separately for each Eid day.
PhD professors working in public colleges across Punjab have expressed concern over the non-implementation of direct recruitment quotas for senior teaching positions, saying the prolonged delay has severely affected their career growth. According to faculty members, reserved quota posts for direct induction in BPS 19 and BPS 20 have reportedly not been advertised through the Punjab Public Service Commission, PPSC, for nearly a decade.
K-pop sensations BTS, the globally popular boy band that recently returned to the world stage after military service, scored the top honor of Artist of the Year on Monday at the fan-voted American Music Awards in Las Vegas. The group also claimed Best Male K-pop Artist and Song of the Summer for the single Swim.
Italian luxury car maker Ferrari has unveiled its first fully electric model, the Luce, belatedly joining rivals like Porsche and Lamborghini to offer clean energy driving thrills. The Luce, Italian for light, has a top speed of over 310 kilometers per hour and a range of over 530 kilometers, the company said in a statement late on Monday.
Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Mojtaba Khamenei said in a statement on Tuesday that nations in the Middle East would no longer serve as shields for US bases. Mojtaba, who has not appeared publicly since being named as the Supreme Leader on March 8, made these remarks in his Hajj message and hours after the US carried out fresh strikes in Iran, despite a fragile ceasefire and the two sides in negotiations for a deal to end the almost 3-month-long war. Courses.
Almost 90 drones fell from the sky over Sydney's Darling Harbour during a popular winter light show, with footage showing devices splashing into the water close to crowds. Organisers of Vivid Sydney, an annual 3-week festival that features large light installations, said the malfunction on Monday evening, local time, was due to unforeseen technical difficulties and has cancelled several upcoming shows.
Junjunu, India, Rajesh Kumar sat staring at a chemistry book in his tin-roofed shed in Junjunu district of India's western Rajasthan state. Kumar never went to school and cannot read a word, but the book carried the last traces of his son. His trembling fingers moved over formulae, diagrams and handwritten notes once mastered by the boy who had dreamed of becoming a doctor. Then Rajesh pressed the book to his chest, kissed it and broke down.
As the foreign ministers of India, Japan and Australia lined up with US Secretary of State Marco Rubio for a family photograph. At the start of a meeting in New Delhi on Tuesday, their body language was stiff, With only the top Indian diplomat S. Jaishankar trying to smile, their grouping, the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue Alliance, better known as the Quad, has not been very different in recent months. For nearly 2 decades, multiple iterations of the Quad have attempted to forge a collective plan to counterbalance China's rise in the Asia-Pacific.
As the clock wound down, few Cleveland Cavaliers fans could be found. The New York Knicks left them with no reason to stick around. Karl Anthony Towns scored 19 points and grabbed 14 rebounds as the Knicks advanced to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999. Routing the Cavaliers' Eastern Conference Finals on 93 in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals on Monday night. A long-awaited train service between Sukkot and Pano Akil is expected to begin operations within the next few weeks, while an additional e-coaster transport service will also be introduced between the two cities. The announcement was made by Sukkot District Council Chairman Syed Kumail to Sukkot Railway Station, where he reviewed arrangement the lances for the launch of the new Ho Jamalo train service.
Pakistan has rejected the idea of joining the Abraham Accords amid renewed diplomatic pressure from the United States, reaffirming its long-standing position on non-recognition of Israel. Defense Minister Khawaja Asif stated that Pakistan would not support any agreement that involves normalization with Israel, reiterating that Islamabad's position is tied to the unresolved issue of Palestinian statehood. The Punjab government has reportedly deferred its plan to restore the original historical names of roads and streets in Lahore following criticism from certain groups, according to a report published by Dawn. The proposal was discussed during a meeting of the Lahore Heritage Areas Revival, LHR, held in March and jointly presided over by PMLN President Nawaz Sharif and Chief Minister of Punjab Mariam Nawaz. The meeting had approved the restoration of several original pre-partition names of roads and streets in Lahore and nearby areas.
Foreign ministers of Australia, India, Japan and the US agreed to jointly build a port in Fiji and signed pacts covering critical minerals and energy security as they sought to inject fresh energy into the grouping. The brief meeting between the country's top diplomats, Australia's Penny Wong, India's S. Jaishankar, Japan's Toshimitsu Motegi and US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, was the third such gathering of the group known as Quad since September 2024.
Saxophonist Sonny Rollins, who spent more than 2 years practicing in solitude as a young man on a windswept New York bridge to reinvent his playing and become one of the giants of jazz, died at the age of 95 on Monday. His publicist said Rollins had recorded the confidently titled Jazz Colossus album in 1956, but the saxophonist remained racked with self-doubt. Lahore. The Punjab government has deferred its decision to restore original historical names of roads and streets in Lahore, apparently on the pressure of some extremist elements. The Lahore Heritage Areas Revival, LAHR, held a huddle last March jointly presided over by PMLN President Nawaz Sharif and his daughter Chief Minister Mariam Nawaz. The meeting had approved restoration of original historical names of roads and streets in Lahore and its neighbourhood. Nawaz Sharif is the head of the LHR.
United States forces have said they carried out attacks in southern Iran, describing the attacks as self-defense operations as top Iranian officials have traveled to Qatar for talks. Earlier, Iranian media reported explosions in the southern port city of Bandar Abbas, a strategic hub near the Strait of Hormuz, a global choke point through which a fifth of global oil and gas passes.
United States Secretary of State Marco Rubio has said a potential deal to end the US-Israel war on Iran could take a few days to be agreed after US forces claim to have struck Iranian missile sites and boats laying mines in southern Iran amid talks in Qatar. There were some talks going on in Qatar today, so we'll see if we can make progress. I think it's a lot of talking back and forth going on about specific language in the initial document, so it'll take a few days. Rubio told reporters on Tuesday in Jaipur during a visit to India.